Day 27, Trusting God with Tomorrow. I'm Avery, and welcome to Daily Grace. This season, we are walking through a series called Trust, a steady return to God. Take a slow breath before we begin. Let your thoughts settle just a little, and let your shoulders soften. You do not need to solve tomorrow right now. You only need to be here, right where you are. Many of us carry a quiet tension about the future. Sometimes it sits just beneath the surface of our day. We think about what might happen, what could change, what we might lose, or what we hope will finally come. The future has a way of stirring questions we cannot answer yet. And when answers do not come quickly, the heart can begin to tighten. Trust often grows in that very space. Not when everything is clear, not when the path ahead is fully visible. Trust grows when we realize that tomorrow does not have to be controlled in order to be held. We live in a world that often encourages us to grip tightly, to plan every step, to prepare for every possibility, to make sure nothing unexpected interrupts the direction we hope life would take. But real life rarely unfolds that way. Seasons change, plans shift, doors open, doors close. And sometimes the future arrives very differently than we imagine. Trust does not remove that uncertainty, but it changes how we hold it. Instead of clenching our hands around tomorrow, trust slowly teaches us to open them, not because the future suddenly becomes easy, but because we begin to believe that God is present within it. One quiet truth begins to settle in the heart. Tomorrow is not empty space. God is already there. Scripture offers a gentle reminder of this. In Matthew 6:34, we read, "Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." This verse is not meant to dismiss the real concerns we carry. It is not telling us to stop caring about the future. Instead, it gently brings our attention back to the place where life is actually happening. Today, this moment, this breath. Trust grows when we stop trying to lift tomorrow's weight inside today's body. God's steadiness meets us one day at a time, not all at once, not years in advance. Just enough grace for today, just enough strength for the step we're standing in. Sometimes we only realize this after looking back. There are seasons in life when the future feels especially uncertain. Perhaps you have lived through one of those seasons, a moment when something important was changing, a relationship shifting, a job ending, a new chapter quietly beginning. I remember a few years ago, my mind was restless. I kept thinking about everything that might unfold in the months ahead. Questions kept circling. What if things do not work out? What if this path leads somewhere difficult? What if I make the wrong decision? I remember sitting quietly and realizing there was nothing to solve in that moment. There was nothing left for me to plan. But I came to realization that tomorrow would arrive whether I was worried about it or not. And in that space, something inside me softened. Not because I suddenly understood the future, but because I realized I did not have to carry it alone. God would meet me tomorrow when it arrived, just as He had met me every day before it. Trust often begins with that small shift. We stop trying to hold the entire future at once. Instead, we begin to walk day by day, step by step, with open hands. And this kind of trust does not always feel dramatic, and most times it is just quiet. But it is choosing to breathe when the mind begins to race. It is noticing that today is still here. It is remembering that God has been steady through many days we once feared. There's a quiet strength that grows in this kind of trust, not the strength of control, but the strength of release. Not the certainty of knowing every outcome, but the peace of knowing we're not walking forward alone. The future will always carry some mystery. There will always be questions we cannot answer yet. But trust gently reminds us of something deeper. God's faithfulness does not stop at the edge of today. It continues into every tomorrow we cannot see yet. If you notice worry rising when you think about the future, simply notice it. There is nothing wrong with that feeling. Many hearts carry it. Let the feeling be there without letting it take control, and gently return your attention to what is steady. This breath, this moment, the quiet presence of God with you now. Trust does not demand that you understand tomorrow. It simply invites you to believe that God will meet you there, just as He meets you here. And for today, that is enough. May you move through this day gently. May your heart remember that trust does not have to rush. God is steady, and you are still being held. Until next time, this is Avery.